Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. So for today, we are going to talk a little bit about some updates I have made to my planners for 2025. And I'm starting with my catch-all planner. Because I've made some, changes to not necessarily my lineup, but to the way I have some of my inserts organized. Because just being honest with you, even in the first 2 to 3 weeks of the year, the way I had things set up, it just was not really working for me. So we're going to talk about that in full transparency. I will say the good thing is, because I tend to print most of my inserts, I didn't have to reprint anything. All I had to do was rearrange how I had some of my inserts organized, because that's the beauty of using printable inserts. You can put them where you need them, and all the inserts that I make are extremely flexible and really intended to do that. So I was so thankful that I really didn't have to reprint anything to make this system work for me. So let's talk about what I noticed as I was working through my planners. Excuse me. As I was working through my planners for the beginning of the year. So this is my catch-all planner. The first thing I noticed is that, guys, I just was not spending enough time in my business planner or my self-care planner, and neither of those things are good things. I started a business back in October. It's a genealogy business. It is very important that I stay on top of what I do for that business in the beginning of this year. And I had so many planners that planner was coming in last for me every week. And it's just, I can't do that. I have to keep that planner front and center. Very similar to my self-care planner, which basically are self-care inserts, right? Self-care is a huge initiative for me in 2025. I have to be able to list my self-care activities and track them throughout the month. That's critical for me, especially my health and wellness section. And I just was not able to do that either because, again, I had it separated in its own little planner, and I wasn't getting to it. It was always falling last in that stack. So what did I decide to do? I decided to basically combine those two planners with my catch-all. And I'm just going to show you how I did that. I didn't print anything new. I still love my inserts. My inserts worked very well. So all I really did, let's talk about the self-care planner first. I took my annual section in the self-care planner, which were my goals worksheets, and I just popped them behind the annual section in my catch-all. And it worked really well because in my catch-all, I have a lot of goal setting. Let's see if I can adjust the focus real quick. Give me just a minute. Let me adjust the focus. Okay. In my catch-all, I have a lot of goal setting. So it worked to just kind of keep my self-care goal setting with my catch-all goal setting. So that's what I did for my self-care. And then I added a self-care section in the back of my catch-all. So basically I took out the inserts that I had separated by month, and I just popped them into the back of my catch-all in its own section that I'm going to label self-care. I already have the tab here. I just haven't done the label. And then in this section, I have my setup pages, my specialty pages like my vision board, and my challenge pages. So I have that section, and then I have all my monthly sections. Now, the way I originally had this set up is I didn't have this in my catch-all. I kind of was setting up my own self-care planner in one of the happy planners that I had, and I was really excited for it because it was giving me a chance to use my happy planner. But if I'm not using the planner, then it's not working for me, and no matter how excited for it I am, it's not serving my needs. So I took those monthly inserts and I put them in my catch-all planner in the back. And so currently I have all 3 months in here. After this first quarter, I'll probably only print it 1 month at a time to save space. But since I already had the 3 months printed, I just put them in here because I was not going to waste those pages, that's for sure. But yeah, so now I feel so much better because my self-care trackers and activities that I need to do are right here in my catch-all, and I see it every day, every week, and I can keep track of my activities, and that is just so critical for me. So as you guys know, these inserts are available. The good thing about these inserts, as I was saying before, is that you can do this with your inserts. I didn't have to reprint anything. I just rearranged how I have them organized in my planners. And that's just the beauty of using printable inserts, not just mine, but any printable inserts. You can print them how you want, use them how you want, move them around, be completely flexible and not tied down to one system. Change it every week if you want, change it every month. That's up to you. So this is what I have decided to do, and I think this is going to work well for me. And then in the back, I just have some memory keeping and my notes pages. So that is now how my self-care is going to work. Let me quickly show you what I've done from the business side. So if you remember, I have 2 small business planners. One that's kind of administrative, budgeting stuff, and then the other one is like a workbook. And this was kind of the workbook. And that's the one that I wanted to use every week and every day. So after a couple of weeks, I just was not getting to my workbook the way I really need to. Like, this is a must. So what did I do? I pretty much just took the January section out of my workbook, divider and all, pulled it out of the workbook, did a little streamlining on it, just a little bit. I kept the calendar. I kept my quad behind the calendar. I'm now going to set these up per week. So this will be week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. I brought over my content plan, which is like a content summary for the month. All of this is a part of my insert. I didn't have to print anything new. I just rearranged how I had it, pulled out some unnecessary pages. If I was going to move it over here, then I need to pull out some unnecessary pages. And I have my video trackers and my blog tracker. So this is now how I have my content workbook part of my business planner. So each month in my catch-all has 2 tabs for that month, 1 for my catch-all and 1 for my business. And that is going to work very well for me because I'm keeping everything in one place. And since I set up my planners 3 months at a time, that is perfectly okay. I have enough space in the planner to do that. And so now I can get to these pages because the only planner I have on my desktop from day to day is my catch-all. Excuse me. The only planner I have on my desktop from day to day is my catch-all planner. So that is what I'm looking at from week to week, guys. It's my catch-all. And what I noticed is that as I was setting up my catch-all for this week, I was like, wow, I don't have anything to put in here. And all of my activities were spread out across 3 to 4 planners. And so I started asking myself, okay, well then what's the point of me doing a catch-all, right? And then I'm spending time on the catch-all, but I'm not doing the activities in the other planners. And it just was not going to work. So this is going to work much better because I can plan my business activities and then move them to the catch-all for the weeklies because there are no weeklies in this business tab. if you notice, there are no weeklies here. So my weekly activities, I can easily move it to my catch-all. And same with my self-care, right? I can easily move it to my catch-all. And so I'm not feeling forced to do multiple spreads and layouts when it's not serving me from an efficiency needs perspective. So that is the change. So in summary, I just took my inserts that I had spread out across three or four different planners and combined them in my catch-all. It was really important to me that I kept my 3-month structure. I cannot go down to the monthly structure. That's not going to work for me. And so that was one of the reasons I had so many separate planners anyway. And just to be transparent, you get caught up in all of the hoopla about, oh, I have 7 planners for this year or 9 planners for this year. And it just gets to be like, you feel like you got to keep up with the Joneses, right? When really planning should be what works for you and what's most efficient. And so I had to make this change. I thought about waiting to the end of the quarter and I said, why? Am I going to waste 3 months of planning and frustration just because I don't want to make a change? No, make the change. And so I'm happy that I did, and I am looking forward to working in this new layout and system, and I just kind of rearranged what I had. I do want to say the couple of planners that are working for me perfectly include my budget planner. I am not making any changes to that. That is working perfectly. I need to get my ring situation figured, my disc situation figured out so that my pages aren't sticking. But other than that, it's working perfectly. The workbook portion of my business, I'm still using that as a workbook. And actually, by streamlining it, taking some of the portions out, it feels even more like a workbook now than it did before, because I can have my initial goal planning, but then in the monthlies, I just have a really quick monthly summary, which again was already a part of the printable insert. I didn't have to reprint this. I just kept this particular page in my workbook and moved the other side over to my catch-all. But I have a great little monthly summary and then blank notes pages for my brainstorming and idea generation. And that's what a workbook is supposed to be. So this even feels better to me by doing a streamline of it. So this stays in the lineup 100%. And so the other planner that's working well is really my journal. It's not necessarily a planner. This is my personal journal, and I have it already set up for 2025 with my word of the year. And I set this up so that I do a weekly summary. I don't do it every day, because if I did it every day, I would have to go through like 4 of these journals, and these journals are kind of expensive comparatively speaking. If you're going through 4 per year, you're going to be spending anywhere from $60 to $100 to over $100 per year, and I'm not doing that. So I do this weekly, and I have it pre-decorated for the month. So at the beginning of the month, I decorate this for the entire month, and then I just go in, and at the end of the week, I journal about that week. If I need to journal during the week, I have space to make notes anytime during the week. So this is working well for me. So those are the changes. I just want to say thank you guys for watching this video. And I just want to take a moment to say, don't hesitate to do whatever it is you need to do to make your planning system work for you. We all get caught up in watching these YouTube videos, my own included, and we start thinking, okay, that's going to work for me. That's going to work for me. They have 6 planners. Maybe I need to have 6 planners. They have 2 planners. Maybe I only need 2 planners. And you might need 10 planners, or you might only need 1 planner. You know what I mean? So don't hesitate to make whatever changes you need to make your planning system efficient and work for you. I don't care if you have to change it in the middle of the week. If it's not serving your needs, it's not serving your needs. So that's just my words to you this week. Thank you guys for watching this video. Anything that I mentioned, I'll try to link down below. My inserts are always linked down below if you're interested in any of those. But happy planning, and I'll see you in the next video.